Our role began in 2008 when we responded to the city's request for a proposal. We collaborated with HDR Engineering in Omaha and Bar Engineering in Minneapolis. Fox was responsible for process design, site planning, water distribution, and stormwater management.
If you didn't know we were working with three firms, you wouldn't have been able to discern that listening to the way meetings happened. I'm sure that there was a lot of coordination behind the scenes amongst the firms that we didn't even see. But when they sat down with us, there was clear, unified guidance that the team was giving to us. And that was something we really appreciated.
Ames Water and Pollution Control has their own engineering staff. They brought a lot of great technical knowledge to the table and challenged the design team to bring about the best project. The plant was designed for LEED certification. By meeting the detailed requirements for sustainability and efficiency, $6.5 million in costs were forgiven by the state revolving fund. At least a dozen people within Fox worked on the project simultaneously. The entire design team easily reached 100 individuals.
One of the things we said that was of paramount importance to us was to not change the taste of the water. Over time, the taste of Ames water has almost become a part of the culture of the community.
The city of Ames has had lime softening for their drinking water for 80 to 90 years, which produces a soft water with a very good and high quality taste.
The lime softening process helps us remove calcium and magnesium that makes the water hard. The city has multiple wells that they pump up to the water treatment plant, and from there it enters aeration. Water cascades over metal statues basically and combines with oxygen to help iron precipitate out, and it also releases hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide gas. The water then proceeds on to the solids contact units, and this is where the actual softening of the process happens. And the lime is the chemical that actually helps remove calcium and magnesium as it's stirred together with the water. The water then moves on to recarbonation. As part of the solids contact process, the pH of the water is actually raised to help that softening process happen, and so we have to bring that pH back down in the recarbonation basin. Filtration is done with two types of media. It's anthracite coal and sand. And the purpose of the filters is to remove particulates from the water before it's sent out to the distribution system. From there, the water, once it's filtered, heads on to the clear well. It's fed with some chlorine to help disinfect it before it leaves the plant so that the water stays safe to drink in the distribution system. I'd say the key thing that was important to me is giving the client the facility that they wanted that best suited their needs. All along, that was our goal. And while there are several different types of treatment processes and different ways of doing things, ultimately this facility is a reflection of what was important and what the city of Ames wanted.
The city wanted as much redundancy as possible, so we crossed the Skunk River multiple times. 2 water lines for both finished and raw water, and 2 lines to transport lime sludge to the lime ponds for storage. Siting the new plant on former USDA property allowed reuse of existing infrastructure. Building the new treatment plant about a mile to the east meant connecting the facilities. Distance was an issue. However, what was more difficult, the new plant site is higher than the old plant. Hydraulic considerations were substantial. To get that quantity of water to flow by gravity for a mile to the new treatment plant, flow had to be carefully checked and rechecked. At the end of July 2017, we did a performance test where we ran the plant up to the designed 15 million gallons per day to confirm both treatment and plant capacity.
Pace was an extreme challenge. We had been waiting so long to even start construction that once we got going, the contractor wanted to get things underway. There was so much going on, so many people on site, but again, we still had to keep that communication there. We had to keep everyone making decisions in a timely fashion. It continued to be a challenge, but in the end, it was more that coordination, that communication that got us through, and in the end, it turned out to be a great project.
The city was super involved, and we tried to remain open ears and take their suggestions and incorporate those into changes that we were making, if we were making changes, and just make sure that they ended up with a plant that functions the way that they hoped it would, and that looks the way that they hoped it would, and that they get the product that they were imagining.
The biggest moment that we knew everything came together was when we first turned everything on and started treating water. That was a really exciting time.
The way it was designed, when you walk through and look at it, you realize this is not a throwaway facility. This is not a building that's designed to be here for 20 years and then get ripped down and replaced by something else. This is going to be the home of drinking water treatment for the city of Ames for, I would hazard a guess, 100 years. This is really going to be a landmark piece of infrastructure for the Ames community.